Hello everybody, welcome to your daily pop of positivity. I'm going to try to squeeze this in before it begins to rain. I just went for a walk in the park. It's gorgeous out, but I saw a couple little puffy clouds and I felt a little bit of droplets, but I had everything all set and the light is so beautiful out here. This reminds me too, the combination of this, but let's start with this Six of Scrolls because I feel like a lot of you guys are pulling in gorgeous kindred spirits that think along similar lines and vibrations of you. You know, that you realize that when I think optimistically and I look for beautiful ways to recover and expand and enhance my life, what happens is I reach for those things. And when I'm around people and listen to people, they could be Reikis, healers, they could be readers, whatever they are, if they kind of supplement those little breaks throughout the day with more positivity, then it's like the right fuel for the right tank with this beautiful Six of Scrolls. And being around open-minded people, it's awesome. They don't care to be right. They care to understand. There's never a right or wrong answer. Everything is about understanding. And since you're like that, it's going to be wonderful. And I feel like we're never going to speak to anyone more than we speak to ourselves in our head. So let's be kind to ourselves. Let's be our best supporter. And if anything is going to cost us our peace of mind, we are overpaying. We are not going to go into any kind of drama or go into a place where we feel like we have to over-explain or we feel uncomfortable or it's a depletion of our energy because we have all this right at the ready. We have all this magic. And magic starts from the second we open our eyes and we decide we're going to flow into the day. We're going to flow slowly. We're going to take our time, sip our coffee and tea, and stretch out and really get time to be linear when we need it so we can have deep cleansing breaths, so we can focus for the day where we're smelling, the flowers and the fresh air and we're like getting oxygen into our brains and our bodies. There's something I tried new this morning too. Like I'm constantly going through some of the meditations and the music, and they have this one, it was like for optimizing 100% of your brain activity, it like stimulates, and I was listening to it and I did find that it was almost like a cleansing brush, like it took the static and the over chatter in my brain away, and I was able to just really start at ground zero, like of thought. It was nice. It was almost like instead of all these splats of paint on the canvas, it was white, and I could begin anew after listening to that. And I really, really liked that. And I feel like that's what this is when we decide, let's get at our ground zero where we can start. And there's no noise, there's no distraction. We're not thinking of hardships or what we need to overcome or creating tension in our lives for any reason whatsoever. That means going on your emails if you know there's going to be business and things that you're not ready for. Don't go onto any platform that's going to create tension in your life. I try to stay away from it on the weekends because I used to find that I was on social media and doing work all weekend long, and now I've really monitored that. And I'll put up my TikToks, I'll post a little bit, but I don't check my DMs and other things till like late Sunday night or Monday morning, because what happens is then I feel like, I really should answer this. But by doing that, I was working 7-day work weeks all the time, and I was allowing other people's problems, tension, anxiety to kind of seep into my weekend. And then when I realized I have to have a healthy detachment in order to sustain a high vibe, you guys are going to do that too. You're not going to invite things in that don't feel equal, because I love the Six of Scrolls, a lot of reciprocity, a lot of balance in that. And ask yourself honestly, in friendships, relationships of any accord, is this taking place for you? Do you feel like, they're doing deposits as well as withdrawals? Is it happening for you? And if there's anything that is just constantly like, just tapping at your window where you're trying to have quietude, get it resolved, because that's where a boundary needs to be in place, or that's where you need to completely have healthy detachment and say, that's work related. That waits for Monday. I'm not trying to work all weekend long, And you could have people, depending what kind of business you're in, or clients, just say, you're a therapist and you've been thinking over one of your clients during the weekend, and to resolve to just let go and let it come in, and to, if you want to take notes, do that. But don't keep re-immersing yourself in other people's dramas or problems, because it takes away from your high vibration, because then you're in work mode all the time. So I love that. And realize, we have to let it go. We have to ignore people. We have to give it time. Don't compare ourselves. Stay calm. It is a huge time right now for a phoenix movement happening for a lot of us. We're just rising from the ashes. And I read this thing the other day, and it does make sense. And this happened to me yesterday and the day before. What happens is when we're recalibrating, we have this moment of extreme lethargy because our body is recalibrating. Where do we need this? Where do we need that? You almost feel like you're vitamin deficient because you feel depleted, or like you need extra rest, extra hydration. We are recalibrating. So bring into your focus beautiful, restful, and entertaining things as much as you can today and tomorrow. Things with humor, that laugh, that are a little bit of a distraction, so you don't have to, while you're recalibrating, put an extra onus or stress on you. As little as attention that needs to be paid to the outside world, do that so you can pay the most to you. Like, what does your body really want, need, and require right now? Some people it's sun, vitamin D. Some people it's a lot of water therapy, like I've been taking nice, really long showers, big cleansing breaths, all of that. And that's, this is bringing us to this. We are going to reach this magical period in our lives where we can clearly see decisively what needs change, work, what we need to let go, and what we want to push forward with, where the opportunities are. We're going to gain beautiful clarity through our intuition of, hey, this energy is not good, it is not sustaining, it is temporary, because a lot of times we'll reach for a temporary distraction to make ourselves feel better. It could be food, it can be overspending, it can be buying things for that lift. But what happens when you kind of come back to reality and you're like, oh, now I'm minus this in my bank account, or now I'm plus this on the scales, right? All of that. Let's not go to temporary distractions. Let's just relax and go through our feelings and sort through them, get balanced, and then we're going to be at here. Now that we're recalibrated, we can really bring in the magic, the wonder, and all these gorgeous opportunities to manifest whatever it is we want. My starting game is always to feel grounded and have a sense of well-being, and then I go from there. I start to write down what it is I want to do and practice. Like, super excited. Yesterday, Ian suggested, he's like, Mel, you haven't gone out in a while and gone to any of your favorite bead shops. Can I take you somewhere and we can get coffee and cake and just have like a day where you're not near computers and all of this? And it was fantastic. I went and I got some of the most gorgeous beads. I'd love you to come over on IG. I'm going to do a quick film of them and take some pictures, because they ran this special that was so fantastic there that I couldn't believe, and they had all new stock and inventory, and it blew my mind. And right away I felt better, because when I know I have resources to have interplay with all my creative endeavors, and I have the stock to do it with, like, nothing makes me more bummed than when I go to want to create something and I have like no strands of beads left, or I don't have fixings or wire or whatever I need to make it with. I get bummed because I have to either wait because I'm ordering it online or go out and get it then. But when I'm inspired, I like to have it ready, and now I have a whole kind of stockpile that I'm ready with. And I want to thank everybody too that ordered special individual pieces, and I love doing that. I love collaborating with people where they'll see a strand of something, go, oh, I would love that as a necklace or an anklet, or can you make me this for protection, or can you make me that? I love that. So again, if you guys weren't aware, I make custom stuff, and I do, within 48 hours, and I get it on its way. Unless it's like an elaborate, like one piece I made was like a huge breastplate with lots of layers and everything, that takes a few days. But I love to do that and collaborate with you and do the colors and the stones and everything that you like. So I'm going to have a lot of fun with that. So come on over to IG and see some of the stones, you guys, because it got me in the best mood. But that's this. It's like, hey, I've been putting out a work, so let me get some kind of like withdraw now. Now what I want to withdraw is a good, nice, restful day. Today I went for a nice long walk in the park, eased off social media, so I can really savor the weekend and nature and be with my family and not be forever like pushing. I want to be in flow state over the weekend so I can have a lot of creative energy for the week for you guys. So you guys, you are wonderful. Remember, when we do this, we receive this. When we optimize reciprocity and balance in our life, we can then co-create with the universe all the things that we want, right? Keep your eyes out for it. Write it down. Keep moving towards that, because each day is a different stage. It gets us closer to what we want behaviorally wise, and setting our intentions, having follow through, connecting with people. Like I actually did exactly what I envisioned the day before yesterday. I was like, I really want to go to the park and I want to have a iced coffee in my hand, so it's like a fun, restful stroll, and I can think and maybe invite a family member or a friend, and we'll have a little picnic. That's exactly what took place on Friday. I envisioned it on Thursday, and I said, this is really what I want to take place. And I think it was even down to the outfit that I was wearing. I was like, I want light, breezy linen, and it was like, it occurred because I put focus, follow through, and energy in it. I wanted this to take place. I knew it wasn't that much of a hardship, and it was really detail orientated, and I feel like I checked off everything in that thing because it was important for me, and it was something that I had my focus on, and because of that I was able to have follow through. And then it just happens, and you watch each one of these little steps you take to, you know, make whatever in that screenshot in your head come true. You just say you want to go somewhere, get a picnic basket. You want to go somewhere, set out whatever it is. When you're shopping, get those little treats for it. Make sure, you know, you have an outfit laid out. You get things at the ready, and it's like pre-promising yourself and the universe, I'm going to make this true. I'm going to make this a reality. It's not that hard. You take those miniature steps, and then everything's comes into play, because you know it's not that hard once you kind of like set your heart and your sights on it, and then the magic begins. It can be for career, it can be for love, it can be for social events, it can be for whatever you want, for beautiful, just restorative outings. Like that's what it was for me, and connecting. So, you know, set your sights, make that pledge to yourself, and just, you know, allow it to take you in flow state and have it be a 3D reality, which I love. So that is your daily pop, you guys. I'm going to go upload for you.